Hello friends and a warm welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy where your dreams are our mission. This is Yatharth here and today we'll be talking about Set A question number 6. This question was about minerals. So we'll deal with minerals in this lecture. We'll also read about all the important minerals that were given in option in this lecture only. Alright, so we'll also see mapping, and this question, as I have mentioned, was directly from NCERT. So NCERT has proven itself to be a very reliable source for the prelims. So please focus on NCERT, revise it again and again. Moreover, we'll see what was the source of question, solution of the question, and why it was asked. You'll also get to know why I have put a toothpaste picture here. Alright. So let's see the question. The question was, just a second. Alright, so the question was limonite and rutile abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India are rich sources of which one of the following? So as we know, these are all minerals of some kind, metals individually. So the sources from where metals or minerals are obtained, they are ores. So it's especially or specifically saying that these ores get us which of these minerals. Alright, so let's focus on the question. So here's the answer for this question. We'll see it later. Let's see step by step. So subject is Indian geography, topic is mineral resources, and subtopic is mineral and ores. Alright, so let's pick up some things from the question. With what are the important things from this question? So the question talks about certain coastal tracts. It means not all. Alright, so it's saying it's not found on all over the coastline. So it has eliminated certain regions. It's only talking about the coastline. And that too, only certain. So let's see how we could have solved this question with this knowledge. Second, it's saying it is abundantly available. Rich sources of, that means ores. And the options are aluminum, copper, iron and titanium. So let's see the connection with the PYQ. PYQ means previously, for previous year question or previously asked question, whatever. So with reference to India, consider the following statement. This was in fact asked in last year only, 2022. So let's see what was the pattern there, what was the theme there. The same question from minerals. So monazite is source of rare earths. Monazite contains thorium. So monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sands. Similar question has come asking something about the certain coastal sands. From this option only, one question has emerged. So this is why PYQs are very, very important. If you are unable to analyze PYQ, if you are unable to comprehend the options only, sometimes what people do is they just solve the question. Okay, so it's asking about monazite, so let's talk about monazite. No, this is not the way to, of course, after prelims, let's say, 2022, whether it is, or 23 also. So many people would have told you the answer, whether it is the website or any other sources. What's important is not this, not to know the answer. Of course, the question will not be verbatim repeated. What can be repeated are the options or the themes in the options. That's why we have started this program where we not only tell you the answer but also talk about the option, when we also talk about the theme, where we also talk about the source, where we also talk about the pattern, so that you can do better in prelims 2024. Alright, so it has talked about entire Indian coastal sands. This question which we are solving has talked about certain Indian coastal sands. It has already told us that it's not found in entire Indian coastal sands. Alright, so most metals are too reactive to exist on their own in the ground. So we are talking about ores. What are ores? Because some students might be new, not everybody is as experienced when they start the UPSC journey. So for new students, I'll tell everything from the very beginning. So ores are basically sources of the basically raw material. They act as sources, and from there we can refine pure metals or other minerals. All right. These metals in their pure form are too reactive, so they react with something, and when they react with something, it makes an ore. Ores have many impurities, they are refined, processed, and metals are made out of them. Okay. When we talk about such question, it's a general, let's say we can do common sense thing. Let's talk about only the coastal areas. It's talking about only certain coastal areas. Then the mineral or metal will be rather exclusive. So if the option has given aluminum, iron, copper, and titanium, then the answer can be titanium. Because aluminum, ferrous, copper, they can be found at other places also. All right, let's talk about aluminum in the first, as per the first option. So what is aluminum? It's a lightweight and highly versatile metal. You might have all seen aluminum somewhere. So it is the third most abundant element in the Earth's crust. So Earth has three layers: core, mantle, and crust. This is the crust, which is the outermost layer, and the most abundant mineral, making up around 8% of the Earth's crust by weight. What are the ores of aluminum? The primary ore used for the production of aluminum is bauxite. So please remember bauxite. Just a second, I'll write it here. All right, or you can remember it with ball. B double L ball. So Al for aluminum and B for bauxite. Ba for bauxite. Okay, so bauxite is a sedimentary rock. I hope you already know about rocks: igneous rock, sedimentary, metamorphic. Composed mainly of aluminum hydroxide minerals, including gibbsite, boehmite, and diaspore. Other ores that can be used as a source of aluminum include alumina minerals such as nepheline, alunite, and leucite. So please remember these as well. They can be asked in the exam. Right now the pattern is such that anything random also can be asked in the exam, as we will see in this question only. So what is the utility of aluminum? In the construction, mostly because of its, let's say, construction infrastructure, transportation. So it's used in automotives and aerospace, basically in constructing something. All right, because it's lightweight and durable. Lightweight, durable, non-reactive, and ductile. It can be shaped like anything you want it to be. Okay, other things are packaging. You might have seen soda cans or cold drink cans. So that includes packaging. Food containers, foil, packaging material due to its lightweight, recyclability, and ability to preserve the contents. It's also rather inconductive to the, or resistance, it offers resistance to the temperature conductivity. Not a perfect insulator, but some kind of insulation it offers. All right. What is electrical conductivity? So it's an excellent conductor of electricity. Please remember, in power transmission lines. It also helps in making of consumer goods, aluminum production in India. So this is the main thing here. So India is one of the leading producers of aluminum in the world. The major aluminum producing regions in India include Odisha. So Odisha has a significant portion of the country's production of aluminum. It has vast reserves of bauxite, which serve as the primary raw material for aluminum production. Other states are Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. So Chhattisgarh has also bauxite reserves, and it houses several aluminum smelters. Smelting is a process in which ores are heated to high temperature, and then impurities and metal is separated by various different methods due to a difference in boiling point, melting point, or whatever. Okay, Jharkhand is rich in bauxite. So you can see we are talking about this section of the country. We are talking about this section of the country. So other regions such as Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh also have aluminum production facilities and contribute to the overall production in India. So let's see the mapping. All right, just a second. Okay, so we are talking about this region mostly. Eastern Central India. Okay, some are here as well in southern India. Okay, so this is the region where aluminum is produced in India. Please also note down the mapping so as you remember it in the mains. Mapping is very important portion for the mains, and these are pictorial images which will help you retain much knowledge when you are reading overlapping subjects. Such as right now we have already read about aluminum. In future we will be reading about other different things also, such as let's say copper, iron, and there are various different metals you can read in NCERT as well, such as manganese and other things. So when you are reading such overlapping topics, we can read better and remember better by making pictorial maps, simple maps. Okay, so you can read more about this. This is a bauxite. Here you can see this. This is a picture of bauxite. And these are different various ores: bauxite, nepheline, alunite, leucite, cryolite, gibbsite. Alright, most of them are made from igneous volcanic deposit, volcanic rocks, and some are from weathering and leaching of aluminum rich rocks. Okay, let's talk about copper now. This is copper. So let's talk about copper. Atomic number 29. Conductivity, it's good, and that is why wires are made from this. Corrosion resistance, construction, it's used in here. It has corrosion resistance and used in making wire harnesses, radiators, brake system, and electrical components. Industrial machinery is also made by copper. So when we talk about its ore, they are chalcopyrite. This is the main ore of copper. Please remember chalcopyrite. Okay, bornite, malachite, azurite, cuprite, but chalcopyrite is main. So copper iron sulfide mineral, primary source of copper. Sulfide mineral, please remember this as well. Okay. You can take a screenshot from here. I'll clear it. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this and add it to your notes. All right. I hope you have seen. It's okay. So copper deposits in India are primarily found in states of Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. So now we are talking about, let's say, central western India. Here. Okay, the largest copper producing mine in India is the Khetri mine in Rajasthan. Other significant copper mines include the Singhbhum copper belt in Jharkhand and the Balaghat mine in Madhya Pradesh. So please remember these as well. Singhbhum in Jharkhand, Singhbhum in Jharkhand, Balaghat in Madhya Pradesh, and Khetri in Rajasthan. So this can come as a question directly, that these mines are famous for. So please remember for copper. Okay. Let's see the mapping in here. So most of it is located in the central western India. Just a second. Okay, so copper is not typically found in significant quantities near coastal areas. Please remember this as well, because its geological formation and distribution are influenced by different factors. So it's important to know whether copper is found alongside coastal areas, yes or no. So no. Alright, why? Copper deposits are commonly associated with igneous and metamorphic rocks, which are usually found in the interior region of continents rather than near coastlines. So this is the main region. So please remember these reasons also. That why is copper not found at coastline? Okay, so igneous and metamorphic rock form copper, and they are located at the interior sites mostly. Let's now talk about the iron. So this is the iron as a metal. This is purified, as you can see, and iron is let's say most of what we have seen as a metal. All right. So its symbol is Fe, also known as ferrous. Atomic number 26. Appearance is silver gray metallic, and uses are various, including construction, manufacturing, transport, machinery, tools. One of the main things that we studied about iron recently is the steel production. That is iron plus carbon. And a question also came from decarbonizing the steel sector, which we have a lecture upon. Green steel. So please read this also. All things are connected. Although there is a lesser possibility that it will be asked next year because it has already been asked this year. Okay, let's talk about its ores. So hematite, magnetite, siderite, limonite, and geothite. These are the most remembered ores, I hope. Everybody has remembered these. So reddish brown to black iron ore used for steel production, as we have already talked about. Hematite is a mostly used iron ore. Then there is magnetite, black iron ore with strong magnetic properties. Siderite, light to dark brown iron ore, less common than hematite and magnetite. Limonite is brownish yellow to dark brown, often a mixture of hydrated iron oxides. Then there is geothite, yellow brown to dark brown iron ore, frequently an alteration product of other minerals. Let's see now the mapping of the iron. So where is iron found? Mostly in this sector. Alright, so we are talking about the lower part of central India, we can say, and in an oblique manner. So please remember all these things. Why I am focusing again and again on the mapping is because it's very, very important to map these things. Just a second, let us make a map somewhere else. Okay, let's make a map here of what we saw today. So if we make a map of India, okay, assuming this is India. So what we saw that aluminum is found mostly in here in this region. Copper is found mostly in this region. And iron is found mostly in this region. Alright. So all of these options are not matching with our question. Let's now talk about the iron map again. Just a second. So Jharkhand and Odisha sector, there is Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra sector, Karnataka Bellary hotspot sector, Goa and Reddy sector, and Kidrumukh sector here in Karnataka. Alright. So there are other maps as well, but in similar pattern here. Mayurbhanj in Odisha, then Kenjudhar, Belanana, Durga, Ratnagiri, Bellary. Okay, and same you can see here also. So again and again, various different pictures to reinforce your pictorial memory. Okay. So basically what we learned from this map, again I will tell you. So aluminum in here, this sector, copper in this sector, iron in this sector. Okay, let's move forward. So iron is something that can be found in the coastal areas as per our map. So coastal areas often have deposits of iron-rich sediments that have been transported and deposited by rivers or ocean currents over time. That means it is carried by river or ocean currents. Okay, these sediments may contain iron minerals or compounds that have accumulated in the coastal environment. Additionally, coastal areas can be influenced by geological activities such as uplift and erosion, which may expose iron-bearing rocks or deposits. We have already seen another question about this uplifting. We saw which of these marshlands have been formed by repeatedly falling sea levels. So we saw the answer on the Arabian coast near the Sur Creek. And the answer was Run of Kutch. So you can watch that lecture as well. Alright. Let's now talk about the final answer, final option, that is titanium. This is titanium. Atomic number 22, symbol is Ti, and appearance is silver grey metallic. Abundance, it's the 9th most abundant element in the Earth's crust. So it's not a rare thing to find aluminum. Alright, characteristics: lightweight, strong corrosion resistance, and biocompatible. This is the most important thing about titanium, that it is biocompatible. What does it mean? That it does not toxify a living tissue. That means you can keep it inside your body and it will not harm your living tissue, even if the tissue grows around this. So that is why titanium is used in the implants. Let's say your bone is broken, then a titanium bone can replace it and tissue can grow around this and it won't toxify it. Alright, so this is the most important property. Another question has been asked in the prelims with the same property. We will see. So what are the ores? Limonite, rutile, and leucosine. So most important ore of titanium is limonite. Contains iron and titanium oxide. All right. And rutile is high grade titanium ore composed of titanium dioxide, that is TiO2. Leucozine is another one. Weathered alteration product of limonite and rutile contain higher titanium content. Okay, so titanium is primarily found in beach and sand deposits along the coastal areas of India. The state of Tamil Nadu particularly has titanium-rich, let's say, areas with Manavalar Kurni, Medalam and Tirunelveli. Is located for its abundant titanium resources. The beach sands in these areas contain significant deposits of titanium-bearing minerals such as limonite, rutile, and ilmenite, and leucozine, making them important sources of titanium in India. Okay, let's talk about this final map in which all of the, let's say, minerals are given. So we can see titanium from here, Ti, just a second, and titanium we can see, especially here, this is titanium, this is titanium. So what we talked about is found in here. There is aluminum belt we saw here, this is aluminum all over. Then zinc and copper, they are found together mostly. Some aluminum is also can be seen here, not very important. All right, and iron we can find here in this region. This is ferrous, ferrous, ferrous. All right. So this correlates with the mapping we have done through the question. So what is the solution of the question? Titanium. All right. Ilmenite and rutile are of this. Okay. Let's come back to the NCERT quickly now. Just a second. So whereas NCERT mentioned this in class 10 chapter 5 of geography, NCERT has directly mentioned that most toothpaste are made white with titanium oxide, which comes from minerals called rutile, ilmenite, and anatase. So this is from where you could have directly solved this question. Okay, so please read NCERT carefully. Okay, so that is the today's lecture. Just a second. Okay, so I hope you liked the lecture. This is Yatharth here, signing off. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Keep studying and be bright.